Hi, today I'm focusing on marital sexuality and fertility from the book Successful Marriages and Families, Proclamation Principles and Research Perspectives. This section review will be a little short because I personally feel that sexuality and that topic in marriage is meant to be between husband and wife. However, I will share a few insights and thoughts that I received from this chapter on both sexuality and fertility. So first, the purpose of sex within a marriage. There are 5 purposes that is touched on this book. First, becoming one. Second, connecting with God. Third, strengthening the emotional and spiritual bonds in marriage. Fourth, avoiding temptation. And fifth, continuing the generational chain of bringing children into the family, or procreation. A quote from the book that I really liked on the subject of sexuality: godly sex is so much more than merely a physical act. It has a spiritual component. Deeper connection goes far beyond simply understanding how to overcome sexual dysfunction. It goes way beyond technique and physique. This deeper dimension is experienced when we move past pleasure as a goal and instead seek intimate connection, not just with our bodies, but also with our souls. I feel like this quote is a good way to base off of our feelings and attitude and our discussion of sex within marriage, especially with our partners. From now, I'd like to go on to fertility. A quote from the book that I really enjoyed is, "The decision as to how many children to have and when to have them is extremely intimate and private and should be left between the couple and the Lord. Church members should not judge one another in this matter." That's something that I personally have struggled with. My husband and I have been married a couple of years now, and we don't have any children, and we're not really planning as of right now to have them in soon. And that's something that, we've discussed and we've prayed about, and we feel happy with that choice and decision that we've made. But it is hard within a church that does push for procreation and having families and having children, to kind of get a little judgment or people who don't agree with your choice to wait to have children, but that's completely between you, your husband, and the Lord, and it really shouldn't matter what they have to say. The next quote that I really liked is, "How many children should a couple have? All they can care for. Of course, to care for children means more than simply giving them life. Children must be loved, nurtured, taught, fed, clothed, housed, and well started in their capacities to be good parents themselves." So for me, this was when my husband and I were deciding on children, this was a really good starting point for us. We both wanted to be in a better place where having children, we would be able to provide a better environment for them, and that I would have the time and ability to make them feel loved and nurture them and make sure that they are taken care of, not just physically, but emotionally. And, in the beginning of our marriage, emotionally, I just couldn't be there, or physically I couldn't, just because of working. So this is a good quote for those who are debating on children and them fighting against waiting or wanting to go ahead and get started. And then I'd like to end this topic with the question, is it selfish? So is it selfish to wait and hold off children? Are you waiting until you have the perfect home, or things that are a little more selfish? Or are you waiting, I want to be in a better place so I can be there for my children, so I can better support them and protect them and serve them? So I feel like that's a very important question when it comes to fertility. But like discussed before, it should only be important between husband and wife and the Lord, and it shouldn't be a public conversation that friends or family should have their input in. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.